So, you're thinking about moving to Palm Coast, Florida, but you want to know more about what our beaches are like here? Join me and my family for a morning walk on the beach so you can get a little glimpse into what the coastline is like, what the homes are like on the beach, and what it might be like for you when you move to Palm Coast, Florida. If that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around because we're going to get after it right now. Hi, my name is Stephanie Schulis with Keller Williams Realty. Thanks so much for joining us today. If this is your first time to the channel, please make sure to tap below to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you can be the first to be notified every time we put out brand new content, all about moving to Palm Coast, Florida, and living in Palm Coast, Florida and the surrounding areas. We get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you looking to make the move to Palm Coast, Florida every day, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're thinking of making the move in the next 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we'll do everything we can to help you make a smooth move to Palm Coast, Florida. This week has been a doozy for the Schulis family, so we are getting some much needed beach therapy this morning, taking a walk on the beach, and we're so excited to have you join us. In front of me you see my oldest, he's 2, with our cousin. So you're going to see them running in and out of the video and lots of stopping as we stop to examine shells and rocks and animals. One of the things I love about living here in Palm Coast, Florida, is how easy it is to get to the beach. Growing up in San Diego, the beaches, you have to think, how much am I going to have to pay for parking? What are the crowds going to be like? Are we going to be able to find a spot to sit on the beach? All of those things. And I find here in Palm Coast, it is just much more convenient. You just show up, you park for free, and on certain days, 4th of July, kind of things like that, there may be a bit more people on the beach. You might have to crowd surf a bit to get a spot, get there nice and early. But otherwise, it's not a problem to find an area on the beach to call your own. There's almost always, someone fishing like we just passed. There's always birds. My little boy loves chasing the birds. And of course, in Palm Coast, there's always the option of beachfront living, and we're going to pass the homes there to give you an idea of what that might look like if that's something you're interested in. One of the really neat things about the beaches here on the northeast coast of Florida is just how much the shoreline changes. Some days the beach can be really soft and sandy. Other days it's going to be full of crushed shells. Sometimes the beach may deposit coquina rocks, and so the beach may be a little rockier. And then the next day you come back and it's nice soft sand again. So the beach here really does change quite a bit. If you get to the beach and it doesn't have whatever consistency you like, chances are you can drive a little bit down the road and find a section that has either the soft sand or has the rocks for the tide pools and things like that. It is early February at the start of filming this video, so as much as my toddler wants to get in the water, it's a bit too cold for him, and he's doing his best to not get too wet and cold here. He's having a blast playing in the foam though. Boys are checking for tide pools, seeing what kind of animals they might be able to find. A lot of these homes here do have their own private access. All of these steps here you see are not public access, and most of them have signs asking folks to stay off of them. Flagler County has been working hard on dune restore and maintenance. The storms do come in and can do quite a damage on the dunes that you see there. So the county does come in, replenish with sand, try and plant some seagrass on there to try and help the dunes hold their shape. And that's kind of an always ongoing process to our dunes here. Living so close to the beach, I do get asked a lot what kind of animals do I see on the beach. We absolutely have turtles. It's not nesting season right now, but normally when we take a walk on the beach, you can see the roped off sections where they've laid their nests, which is really cool for the boys to see. All kinds of fish. Obviously, it's one of the better spots to fish in Florida. People from all over the world come to fish here. I do have a video all about fishing and tips on surf fishing. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure to check that out. And then, of course, we see dolphins, whales, sharks, and there has occasionally even been a gator spotting in the Atlantic Ocean off our shores. I personally haven't seen that yet, though, and I am okay with that. The boys love it when we get to these little rock piles and they get to look through and see it. A lot of these rocks here are coquina rocks, which have a really cool, interesting history here. If you're ever in town to visit, I do suggest a trip up to St. Augustine and the fort to learn all about how folks used to build and defend using coquina rocks. Locals also used to come collect the coquina rocks as landscaping and kind of design their front lawns with coquina rocks. You saw the one rock with the hole in it, the natural formed hole, so they can make really intriguing landscape. However, it is not permitted to remove those coquina rocks anymore without a license, but you can still see them around town. That's it for today's video. If you have any other questions on moving to Palm Coast or our beaches here, please leave a comment below, or you can always reach out, send us an email, send us a text, give us a call. We always love hearing from you guys. That's it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.